Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. And today we are doing a what I eat in a day. This is old footage. I had it and I don't know why I didn't edit it and post it earlier. I think I was just really busy. But it's from back in February. I put the date on it. It's from February 18th. Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole. My pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest on the traditional unceded territory of the Coast Salish Nations. And today we are doing a grocery challenge. The theme of this grocery challenge is it snowed outside, so I can't get groceries. I live in the Pacific Northwest, which doesn't have a great infrastructure for snow. It's not the worst, but there's not really good infrastructure, so things kind of shut down for a couple of days. And my car is buried in snow right now, so I don't really know. Also, I'm a Floridian, so I don't really know when I'm going to be able to get to the grocery store. I'm not too worried. Despite doing a pantry and freezer challenge in January, I still have plenty of things in my pantry and freezer. But yeah, I don't have very much access to fresh things, unfortunately. I did do one quick shop before the snow came, and honestly, I mostly bought ice cream, but I did buy some peppers, and so I have some red, I've cut up and put in the refrigerator red, yellow, and orange peppers. I've got some carrots. I'm out of potatoes. I've got some sweet potatoes and onions. Yeah, so I don't have a ton of fresh things, but it'll be fine. This morning already, it is actually like 10:19. I did sleep in a bit, but I'm having my coffee, and breakfast is kind of on the late side because I had completely run out of bread. Normally I bake some extra and I freeze it, but I'd used all the frozen. So I've got a big batch of bread going right now. I started it yesterday, let it ferment in the fridge overnight, and now I'm baking it. I'm making two larger loaves of my regular. It just has like nuts and seeds. I'm running low, so it has like less variety than usual. But yeah, nuts and seeds, and it's half whole wheat, half white bread flour. And the other batch I made 3 smaller loaves, and that is same nuts, seeds, half whole wheat, but I also added olives, capers, and some fermented mixed pickle that I had made. So I'm curious to see how that will come out, because it has a bit more like moisture. But anyway, I'll show you when one of those loaves is done, because part of one of those loaves will be my breakfast. All right, so here's the 2 loaves of bread. So yeah, I'm gonna slice some of these ends off. I'll wait till it cools to slice the whole loaf to prep for the freezer, but I'm gonna slice some of these ends off and eat them warm with butter, and I'm gonna fry an egg. There's the little guys in the oven. One is in the Dutch oven, and then I've got 2 little guys in the skillet. It is just a fried egg. I just took a fork and mixed it up in the pan instead of sunny side up like I usually do, and 2 ends of bread with the butter melting on them. Yay! Oh, this is all the bread baked. So I sliced up, I had eaten the ends, and then I sliced up these 2 loaves. These are just like the plain half whole wheat seed and nut loaves that I usually do. And then these just came out of the oven. I split this batch into 3, and these are the same as these, but I added olives, capers, and some pickled veggies that I made, or some fermented veggies I made. So yeah, I can't wait to try these. It's very crusty. Okay, so I'm going to try this. Tastes pretty similar. It's a little more salty. Definitely can tell like the capers and stuff are in there. This is the end of the bread, so I'm getting a lot of that super crunch. This is my favorite part of the bread. In the studio, and Junior usually likes to hide up there on top of the foam, but I couldn't find him, and finally I found him in here. I'm excited to glaze some pots. mixing up the glaze. And before I glaze things, I just give them a wipe with a practically dry sponge. This just gets any dust off, so that helps, you know, not have any glaze imperfections, and it also kind of like preps the pot to absorb the glaze. So when you glaze things, you can't have glaze on the bottom. Some people will use wax to keep the glaze off, but to me it's just like another material and another expense. So I just wipe the bottoms off. And depending what I'm doing, I may just not dip the bottoms at all, but for a plate it's just easier to dip it on in. So depending on the shape, it's not always easy to like hold it and do what you need to do before the glaze dries, although it happens pretty quickly. But if it is, then I will just wipe some off while the glaze is still wet. But I'll go back and make sure that it's wiped off well enough that it won't harm the kiln or the kiln shelves before I actually put it in the kiln. Just gonna set that aside. Snack slash lunch, I'm having some ice cream with bananas, a banana, and peanut butter. So I'm gonna make some baked chicken soup that got onions and carrots in the pot. This is chicken, veggie, shrimp stock, pork stock. It's like every scrap from the last several months made into stock. I froze 2 jars and I saved them back to make soup. These are soy curls. They will be the chicken in this. I don't have any meat defrosted, and these are so fast and easy, so I'm going to use them, and I'm going to put a little pasta in. I'll check back when I have dinner. Usually with soy curls, you soak them ahead of time in broth. If you're making something vegan, like if I'm cooking for folks who are vegan, I'll just use a vegan like chicken flavor broth. Obviously, I'm not vegan, so I can use any kind of broth, but I'm gonna actually just put these dry in. I added a little extra water with my homemade broth, and I'm hoping it won't suck all of it up, but we'll see. Here it is. It's very thick. I don't know why I used this little pot. Should have used that pot, but that's okay. I like a thick soup anyway. So the soup is really good. I poured it on top of a slice of the bread I made today, which had olives, capers, and some fermented veggies in it, and it was really yummy. I also added a few sliced up dry mushrooms, and I added a little bit of tahini to just add a little bit of acid into, you know, just to give it a little more depth, and it worked really well. It was really delicious. I added the pasta right into the soup. I just made it all in one pot. I think it is a little bit better if you cook the pasta separately and then put it into each serving, but I just wanted something quick. And yeah, I'm really happy with my stock that I made, and really happy with my dinner. It's really good. I don't make soup that often. I'm not a huge soup fan, but when I do make it, I enjoy it a lot. The soy curls, which kind of are like the chicken in this soup, are pretty good. They have a nice texture. Yeah, they have a nice texture, a little bit different than, you know, chicken, but nice just the same. Anyway, I'm gonna watch some SVU and try to go to bed pretty soon. Okay, so it's the next day. Actually, it's several days later, but I wanted to just reveal some of the pieces that I glazed the other day with you. So this is a really dark brown clay with that white Maiolica glaze over it. Really pleased with it. This is that one with the sculpture handle. And there's one more. There were a couple more, but those were the exciting ones. Yeah, I hope that you enjoyed my what I eat in the day when I'm snowed in and don't have very many groceries. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would like it. And if you haven't already, I would appreciate if you would subscribe for more content like this. And I will see you in the next video.